right, everybody. Thanks for coming out. Appreciate everybody coming out to check out our new product line. We're super duper proud of it. Super proud. We've got our hydrogen peroxide line here to show you, and we have our sealer line. And just want to show you some of the top of the line products, and we're all dedicated to the contractors. Unlike some of our competition that sells directly to the homeowners, we don't do that. Once in a while, a homeowner will walk in one of our distributors and buy the product. We can't really help that. Most everything we do is 100% to help the contractor. One thing that's really important is if you have problems out in the field and you can't get a hold of somebody on a 1-800 number, and some of these companies only have one rep for like the whole state. With us, we've got lots of reps. We've got lots of people in the field, such as Mr. John Morehart here, who's been with me for 6 years. We've been working together.
Yeah, when I was 39.
When he was 39. So that's what's important, is having that support, and we're there. We can answer questions, teach you and show you things that work for other people, how to make more money with this product line. We've got some great stuff to show you. A couple questions first. How many people here are familiar with two-part products? And we do a lot of stuff with 2 parts. 1, 2. Okay, yeah.
This guy.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate our 2-part first, which is our Orca, which is this product right here. See, it's got the fish swirling. It's an Orca 2-part urethane. So this will be readily available here soon. Right now, I don't know if a lot of you know what's going on in the industry, but there's a lot of chemical that's off the coast right now in California that can't get into the ports. So it's been really kind of tough getting some of these products out and so forth, because we're not going to go out and buy a cheaper version of the same product and put a substandard product in your pocket, or on your tool chest, so to speak. So this is our kit, demo kit here for the urethane. This is a 2-part urethane. Really easy to mix. So we're actually going to show you how to mix it up. Now, of course, you're using a 5-gallon bucket, not a sample. So you've got your part A and your part B. This comes in a 6-gallon container with a cradle, and this product lies inside of it. So what you do, it's real simple. You take your part A, and I want y'all to kind of, if you want to pass this around, let everybody kind of smell that. It's not real offensive.
Yeah.
Everybody get high. You get your wallets out first. Take a step around. Trying to get the now I want you to look at the urethane. You've used urethane before. Look at how thick that is. That's 48%. Nobody's using that in the industry. 48% urethane. It's thick.
And by the way, guys, that 48%, don't let it fool you. It goes through every sprayer.
It does.
Right through.
Get you that.
By the way, for those that have not seen inside the 6-gallon bucket, it confused me how they could have 2 chemicals in the same bucket. That cradle that's inside the 1-gallon metal can holds the additive that he just passed around. You open that up like a regular paint can, and then you do the proportionate to be able to know how much you're going to do on the job. It's pretty simple. The first time I did it, we went right through.
Okay. So what we do is we're going to mix in the part A and the part B together. Now you don't want to high-speed mix it. You don't want it to foam. So it's important that you mix it a certain way. Just a slow, nice, slow stir. About usually 5 minutes if you can. If you got a power stir, just keep it real slow. You don't want it to foam up. John, you want to kind of swirl that around? Well, I guess no, you pour, I'll swirl. I can't swirl and pour at the same time. Just hold steady. So this stuff is really thick, and this is why we're getting the incredible finish. The other thing is that a lot of other manufacturers, they rely on the urethane itself to do the enhancing. We've made some changes, and what we do is we have the actual an enhancer that's in the urethane, and that's why we're getting so many comments. If you've seen us on Facebook, you'll see guys comment saying, hey, the first time that we did this, the first pass, it's super enhanced. And if you've used the other products, you don't usually see that. You usually have to go to the second coat before you really start to see the enhancement of it. So now what we're going to do is add equal parts water to this. You know, a lot of people do things different. Some of them add, you know, 2 of these. I've seen them add 3. As a manufacturer, we always suggest that you just add 1, but we can't change it if you don't. We can't control that, obviously. Finish still comes out pretty good though, even if you cut it a little higher, with higher percentages and stuff. So we're gonna add some water to it.
John, tell them about your Orca experience.
For 5 years, all I used was a 1-part. I was considered a 1-part guy. There's no way I'm going to go to 2-part. The biggest complaint I would always have was we would mix and say, just remember, you can only use this stuff for a couple of hours before it becomes unusable. And that was always what scared me from going to it. But when I saw how easy it was to just mix, if I only needed half of that 1 gallon going into half of what came in that 6-gallon bucket, I was able to do the typical 1,000 to 1,200 square foot driveway, for example, where I would put the first coat on with 1/2 of it, then go back, mix the second half, put my second coat on. Normally I would put on a little bit thicker for the first coat, a little bit lighter for the second coat. After that, you're done. The other part, how many of you sand your jobs? How many of you know what sand is? Okay. I sand all my jobs, and what I'm always worried about is the next day or within 48 hours, what consistency is that sand? And the sound that I like when I take my fingernail is that. We want it hard. And this does an extremely good job for hardening the sand. For those of us that came with a single part, we would put two coats on, and then the third coat was a separate chemical that we use to harden up the sand. So I've eliminated another whole spray cycle, just 2, a medium and a light, and you're done with this 2-part. The other thing is, because of the chemical makeup itself, most of us are concerned that we don't want the job to look like I paid for what, and then a year and a half later they can't tell you sprayed. The cool about these chemicals, these will hold up under that because of the UV resistance that it has in this, versus a lot of times when we use these water-based, I'm finding out that UV is brutal down here. You guys all know this. And anytime we can put a chemical down that's got a stronger UV resistance, heck yeah, it just makes us look a little bit better. Cool part is that the pricing on it, if I can use a 2-part and it's the same for the most part as a 1, why not? If I'm doing the customer justice for something that's going to hold up a little longer.
The big thing is we want to give you options. I know there's a ton of 1-part guys and they don't want to switch. There's a ton of 2-part guys, they don't want to switch. So we want to offer a product for everybody. So this is all mixed up and this is ready to go. So we're going to go over here to some pavers and kind of show you what this looks like. So this is pretty much just 1 thin coat down. Got everybody over here?
What do you want me to film, the part that you're spraying? Or?
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I can't see, it's a shadow.
Here, I'll step over here.
Okay.
Okay. Everybody ready here? So the idea here is to just get this product. Everybody has their own opinion. I've talked to so many people. I tell them just use this product like you're using other 2-parts right now, and then kind of go from there. I kind of like to do a medium flood coat on the first, and then a finish coat later. So I'll show you, just kind of getting it nice. Now these are out in the sun, so these are thirsty. Thirsty.
No, those just came from the factory.
Yeah, we just picked those up not too far from here. All right, so
Here is aware of the new paver will suck it up.
So anyway, we're going to get that base coat down. That one there's got quite a bit on it. It wasn't so thirsty. But you can already see how it's starting to enhance it. Bringing out the color.
How long do you wait for the second coat?
Until you see that this one is kind of dried down.
Okay. Once it
So we're
makes
gonna-
a tension at the paver, you're pretty much good to go.
Yeah, that's about your medium flood coat, you can see it's just sucking it in. And we could have probably wet them down a little bit, spray some mist on them.
How about right now, pressure wash? You need to let it dry.
No, not completely. As long as it's not shiny wet. Like these are still damp right here, because we did them earlier, but there's still some moisture in them. So yeah, no, that's the whole idea.
So what's the cool part? Right after pressure washing, how much time you gotta leave?
Pretty much till it's in that evaporation stage. You know, we see it kind of starting to evaporate up, and you kind of see that it's starting to release. You know, if you run a blower over stuff, it goes quick.
So if you do it in the morning, you go to lunch, when you come back, you fill.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, as long as there's not standing water on it or something like that, you know, that's going to be really, really important. So, and out here, I mean, that's already dry.
Hey, Greg, while you're doing that,
How many coats does it take?
tell everybody which chemical you're using for the customers that don't want a really high shine.
Oh, for the non-high shine? Well, we've got a couple of different options. We've got the Monty, which is has just a little bit of a shine to it, and that's a product that's in single stage. You put it down, absolutely a beautiful product, easy to use, easy to clean up. It's more of our economical sealer, but it's a great sealer. Just because it's a lower price doesn't mean that there's anything really wrong with it. We've been selling a similar formula to that for about 6 years, so it's a great product. So, you know, it's very popular on the pool decks. We also have the stonefish, which is over there, John. If you would grab that stonefish, and we're going to show you the stonefish. Now, the stonefish works just absolutely fantastic on travertine. We'll see, we did a job, didn't we? Did that come out beautiful? It was something else. So, in any case, but it also works on papers too, and it won't give you hardly any shine whatsoever. Did you find it, John? It's in that small bucket over there. It was. A little bit of that in it so we can show them how that one works. I think you can see the color is really come out on that. I'll get a couple more stones over here.
Hey Greg, it's Mike with 321 Austin Services. It's about 3:30 on Tuesday, and I just want to let you know I just used your worker, and man, you weren't lying. The results are amazing. As soon as I started applying it, you
said
could
it's
see
sealed.
what a difference it was from what I'm used to using. So again, I want to say thanks again, man. It's a great product, and when you get this, give me a call back. All right, man? Talk to you later. Bye.
That particular product, this product, and our one-part urethane, those are more chemicals. They're gonna have more of a shine on it, which really on the pool deck, they're not really any more slippery. But some people just they see the shine, they don't want it.
Yeah, because I mean, there's a slip on the actual with the stuff that's more the satin.
Yeah, it's the satin, and that stuff lasts a long time. It's really a great product. So we got a real treat. These are going to be absolutely beautiful. We're going to recolor these. We're going to show you how to take those over there and turn them into a completely different color. So if you go to a batch where there's, or you go to a job where there's papers that are just gone, oh, and they're ready to tear them out, there's just so much you can do with that. It's incredible.
So the two-part sealant is enhancement plus shiny.
Right.
That's what you're talking about right now.
Yeah, this is enhancement and shiny.
This is clear.
Right. Yeah, this is going to finish out just absolutely incredible. I left this one on purpose really thick just to kind of show you. But you'll see just a beautiful finish on that. We're getting ready to do the stonefish, which is our non-shiny, and it enhances incredibly well too.
Nothing about the shine.
Right, no shine, but just super enhancement. And that particular product, you got that in there now?
Good luck to him down.
Okay.
We spray wood paint for that?
Yes, you can. Yep.
By the way, around here, most of the time when I get wood to spray, it's usually attached to a $2 million house.
Ah, don't make me laugh. I don't think come unlocked. I want to pump it anymore.
The other thing that I noticed from previous chemicals is that you notice how fast this stuff's breaking the tension of the paver. I've noticed consistency, job after job, that it does break that tension, meaning that it changes from that white milk where it goes in pretty darn quick. So if you're using a sprayer that's got a little more oomph to it than these, and it's going on nice and even, it goes in quick. So you're going to be ready for your second coat pretty darn quick.
This covers amazing. 1 gallon on Traventine. How much do you think we got on that job? Less than 1,000? Yeah.
1 gallon?
1 gallon. Yeah, Traventine. Paver's going to be a little bit different, but it covers really, really. I mean, I think we're getting about 500 to 600 on this per square foot. So I'm going to just do a little section here. I'm just going to do it real quick, and you'll see.
That's the other one, right?
Yeah. Yeah, this is just a matte finish.
Yeah, this is for the people that are not looking for a whole lot of shine.
And Daniel with Surface Masters. We just used this new Stonefish enhancing sealer. Traversing deck. Yeah, that's it. 1,200 square feet. Gallon on it. Great stuff. Great look.
Now you got a
Easy to do. Microfiber put it on.
dark.
Use the microfiber pump. Can't keep the finish. It's a wet look. Dry to touch. No slipperier than it was before. Thank you.
Yeah.
By the way, if you guys got a good pair of these on, you can really tell the difference.
Yes.
Yeah, with the polarizers. So next we're going to do our urethane, our 1 part urethane. See the 1 part urethane right there? Dave.
How you folks doing today? Listen, Greg come out here. We're testing a new product. We did the stripping yesterday on 2,400 square foot of pavers, but the new stripper took us 2.5 hours. The new product, we just sprayed down the hammerhead, nice sandy finish, level like nothing I've ever seen before in the 20 years I've been doing this. And with the proper equipment, the proper time, and the proper know-how, that's your end product.
What is the measurement for the power feed? It's about 1 gallon. I'm sorry, 4 gallons. 1 to 4. And then double it with water. So you look at a 10 gallon kit. That's 1 bucket. Or you mix water. You mix water too. Yeah, it's not bad. That's the stripper. Yeah.
Oh, for something, take 5 gallons, you mix.
Makes sense.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does it change the quality of the?
No. It's fine to do that.
Wow.
That's shine.
Cool.
Isn't that something? You guys see that on there?
See these?
So, the one that we've got coming up next is our 1 part urethane. What I can tell you about this product is nobody else has it, and they're not going to get it anytime soon. We really feel like this is a cross between our really good 1 parts and this particular 2 part. So, I think it's going to be one of those where obviously the 1 part guys are going to jump all over it, and I think we're going to get a lot of the 2 part guys jumping on it too. The reason the 2 part, you really got to work with it quite a bit to understand it and know how it works. First time you go out and do it on mother-in-law's driveway. Don't do it on your own. No, I'm kidding. But the reality is that it is a little bit more difficult. There's things you have to know. There's weights with it. If you run out, you got to either start another kit. So it is more. You got to clean your equipment up a lot more too.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. So here is our. You pumped it up already? So this is the 1 part urethane. And it goes on clear, just like that. It's not milky at all. And it's very simple. Who's used the 1 part urethane here? What's that?
What's it called?
Hammerhead. Yeah, this is Hammerhead. Sorry. You used it just the other day, didn't you? What'd you think of it?
So,
Yeah.
so we used the previous hammerhead, the older version of it, and it was great. We used the new one. It went on clear, it's not milky, and I mean it dried like that. And that first coat, you could see that shine, that sheen, and it was, it was even everywhere. It was so much easier and better to use. It just, I don't know, I was just happy with it.
Well, I'm going to show you. On these gauges here. You can see the enhancement level of both of those are pretty close. One's shiny, one's not. Well, these are thirsty out in the sun. They're sucking it right up.
Oh.
So by the time you mix the water in with I could not or even a quarter, because remember you're always adding water.
That is the new evolution of CNI.
That one part?
One part here. I've done
This one right here.
about 18,000 square feet.
If you can only have to spray one time, right, Greg?
What's that?
If you only have to spray your job one time and you're done,
Yeah.
that's hard to beat.
Yeah,
Yep.
it is. Really. This
Saves
one,
time.
The pavers are so hot here that it's just sucking it up. Usually what you do is you'll put one kind of medium coat, and then you'll come back over. So I'm going to let this sit for just a little bit longer, and then we'll do a finish coat on it. So it's just kind of a real light coat over the top. You can turn it like an ice cube. I mean, it's totally shiny all the way across. And on most pavers, it's fairly it really, it does increase the slip, but not as much as one would think. All right, so now we're ready for the second coat on the what's what Yeah, this is the milky. So this is the Orca. So this is the two-part. Now we're going to go ahead and do another. This is Ghost Fish. Yeah, that was got 2 coats already. Okay, yeah, this is the hammer. I mean, this is the stonefish here. This is no shine. Right.
Hammerhead.
Orca. Both. I should have said the buckets by, but the name. Yeah. Hammerhead, Orca, stonefish. Yeah, so Wonky's going right there. Right to about here, and that's right there.
Hammerhead is the best.
Yeah, Hammerhead is really, really impressive.
It is.
So, Mahi ready? Okay, so did you pump it up? Okay, so this is the Mahi.
Mahi mahi. So let's get this shit going. Tell everybody.
Mahi.
It's economical. It takes a real long time. You can go back like time and time again. It's been a great product. We have just different patches. Basically, with this, we're going to get the shine, a little bit higher shine than that product. So,
Do you want me over here or over
no,
there?
you're fine. That's mine. This is mine. Now, this product's more designed as a flood coat product.
The Part B is not required on that one.
No Part B. And I mean, a lot of people absolutely love this product. So what you do is you kind of put like a light coat on first to stop the absorption on it.
So you can mix water on that one too?
Yeah, you can mix water on it if you want to. You don't have to. It's self-clean. It's ready to do.
There's water on all 4.
Yeah, you can mix water.
So it's say 40, 50 or 50, 50.
I mean, as far as cutting the product?
No, to mix here with water.
Oh, the only one that we really tell you to mix with water is the Orca.
You got to add a gallon to this.
Yeah, so the two part is about the only one that there. So,
Why not the hammerhead? It's shiny.
water?
Yeah, it upsets the king. So the only one is
That's really
any slipper, right?
Yeah, you know, if you've got something to really worry about before, you might want to know the other product. But for the most part, we do a lot of two-part and three-part. Really not that bad. So, anyway, so you put in kind of like a saturation coat of homogeneous and come back with, now you see how that coat's holding out better?
So does it enhance it?
Yeah. Yeah, this is handsome. And we do have one that we're not showing today, but it's the tarpon. The only thing, the tarpon is a clear finish. We're not going to show it today, but if you guys use the Travacast before, it's a similar product to that. It shines better, actually. Yeah. But what's crazy about this product, I can't screw it up. I can literally just sit there and put on as much faster the first
The same part.
It's nice, the water test.
Uh-oh.
So,
The Travacast?
no, well,
Can you say that?
Right now? Yes.
oh, you hit the button.
I wonder how long I've been doing that.
I don't know.
Hammerhead, try it.
Jeez.
You mentioned the Travacast for
Yes.
compared to what?
The Travacast compares to the which we weren't there. The tarpon so we have to take that so that you can enjoy Well, we're going to move on to, actually, should we, where's everybody? Where'd Ron go off? There you go. Should we do the peroxide? Should we show them that now or finish the sealers?
Este es como el que estamos usando ahora.
Well, the wood.
Want to pause it? Want to pause it for a second?
Es para que enhance un poco de llama.
Yeah.
Are you stripping it off?
We could. If we could, if it would set up hard enough. All right. Well, I'm going to get some water. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. We are going to do a little color segment. We'll do a video on the color, and we'll go ahead and post that so everybody can see how that goes. Or we could just set the camera up and leave it. Yes, I'm dying. It is hot out here. It's like a summer day.
Honestly,
Yeah.
that's why those pavers were soaking it up so much.
Oh, I know. You gonna mix it? You want to show everybody?
Here, you want to bring them over here?
Mm-hmm. Hey guys, come on over here. We're going to show you the wood product now real quick. It's on the ground. Okay, you have the man here, the chemist who designed this product and came up with this. Maybe you can give us a little history on it.
Well, we are actually we manufacture cleaners for the restoration industry, ServPro, people like that, cost-based cleanup and things like that. So all our peroxide cleaners will work on any surface. You can even clean your carpet. Again, stains, blood, urine, takes the odor out, it takes the stain out. Wine, it's on contact, it just disappears. Now, we're not renewed, which is this one here. It's 7.5%. That's the one we mainly use for wood. You can, again, use it on concrete if you needed to. But basically, it takes all that off in minutes. Once you spray it on, you can let it set 15, 20 minutes and rinse it with a garden hose. Or you can just spray it on, leave it, let the next rain wash it, and it's clean. And we have submitted this product to the EPA for their Safer Choice Clean Release Program, so that people feel more comfortable using it for docks and things like that. We've been selling it in Charleston now for almost 7 years for dock cleaning. It's developed to clean e-paper. It's very hard wood to clean. You don't have to pressure wash it or anything. So I can put it in there, let it sit for a few minutes. We cleaned these earlier, and you can see they're the same way. So it does a heck of a job on any kind of wood, fences, vinyl, house wash, anything. And it won't take out any color out or anything like that.
Yeah, it's a pretty amazing product. You just go up and you just spray it onto a wood fence, and we just walk away, and that wood fence looks like perfectly clean later. Works great on roofs. It's a super prep for pavers. So you can use it to prep your pavers.
And you don't have to worry about your grass and plants or anything like that. It's not going to hurt them.
That's right. Mr. Ryba back there is a big advocate of the Quenzalcrete. Yeah, and you know, one thing why we know this works so well is that if you go and you put it on an area and run out and then seal the rest of it, you're going to see a difference. We've seen it a couple of times.
It's
So
pretty big with the mafia. You know, after cleaning up after they kill somebody, just with all the blood and stuff, and it doesn't leave traces like in bleach. You don't have to get rid of the rug. That's right.
it just throws the rug out right with it.
We're big with the mafia.
Yeah.
Only works with wood. Can we spray the roofs as well?
Yeah. We got the roof cleaner. Pretty much the same. The only difference is you get a little bit more activated. But any of them can use it on stucco, any kind of wooden surface.
You need to rinse a product.
You don't have to, no. No.
And how many hours is working after you spray?
It keeps on clean. Every time you look at a surface, it's going to be clean.
You come in and you spray.
Spray it, leave it.
How many hours?
It's got a 15-hour shelf life.
15 hours.
Once you mix it, it's good for 15 hours.
No, what I mean after you spray the surface, like how many hours you spray the reaction?
It penetrates in the pores, and it's down there, it gets all the pores out and all that stuff, it gets rid of it. They're clean for months.
Yeah, the best. I've noticed, like if you do decide you are going to rinse it, you're not going to wait for the rain to do it, which a lot of people do. Usually, if you hit it about 20 to 30 minutes afterwards, it comes off like butter. And the thing is, what a lot of people don't understand is that when you use the SH, there's still crap up on the roof. You just don't see it because it bleached it out.
It's a different mechanism. The SH bleaches the surface, gets rid of all the color, but it doesn't get out and get the roots, so the stuff's going to come back quickly. This actually goes in and oxidizes the roots, chews them up. If it's got moss or something on the roof, it's going to weaken those roots in there, and just after a few weeks, it's gone.
Yeah, and we've seen this. We've seen this time and time again. I was, a little skeptical at first, and Ron set me up with some samples. And we went out and we did sidewalks, roofs, everything. We just left them, and in every single case, they come clean. Now, some of them take a little bit more rain to rinse it off or whatever. So if you're not going to rinse it off in rain season, you can do a roof and you get a good rain, and it's clean that day. But it has to hit it from all different angles too. So it's just a little different animal.
In Charleston, we cleaned a concrete Jersey bath, and it's still clean 2.5 years later.
Yep.
I'm sure you don't want to wait that long to refinish.
Well, what we're going to do now, do you have anything else you want to show them? Or okay, what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you a real simple process for coloring pavers and show you how we do that. And then we've got some products that we can finish over the top, and you're going to see something pretty incredible. And then right after that, I'm going to show you that machine over there that has a blower attached to it for high-speed soft wash cleaning, house cleaning, and all of that stuff. So we're pretty close to about done, so we'll show you those two things, and really appreciate everybody coming out here. So Janet, I know you want to hold the camera a little bit more here and don't touch anything this time. Oh, you know what I've got here, right inside that door right there? Can you grab the camera holder right there? See it sitting? There you go. All right, we're gonna make your life easy, Janet. Her hands were hurting her. Mean husband. Mean husband. Okay. Now all you gotta do is sit there and hold this and look pretty. How's that? Okay. You good? All right.
Why didn't you give that to me before?
Okay. All right. You guys are about to learn about 5 years of doing it the hard way and finally figuring this thing out. Many manufacturers have tried to recolor pavers, and they all have a lot of problems. And mostly because putting it down, you have to be really consistent, getting the product down, and getting it to where it doesn't look like it's stained, or has been stained rather. So we figured out after John, where's John? John's not here. We figured out the hard way how to do this. After many driveways of repatching and going back and forth. So basically what we do is we're going to start with our first coat with water. And it's real important that you have a certain size container. Now, we make these in the 4 ounces, different size bottles, stem cells in here, but 4 ounces into a 5-gallon is about the right rate. You want it a little bit less, you go to 2, and a little bit more, you go to 2 of these in to try and really recolor. You said 5 gallons for 5 gallons, right? 4 ounces. That's kind of a baseline. So what we're going to do is we're going to use water. We're going to actually put down the coats with water to start with. The Silicast, sorry, 6 years.
Cuts. Yeah. Except it's live.
So we're going to show you the Mahi, how we put the color into it and shoot it over it. So in any case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, and what you'll do is you keep track of this. So when you're mixing it in water, usually we put about 1 ounce into a gallon of the water. So just that much of a section into a 2-gallon bucket. I think these are 2 gallon. It might be a gallon and a half. But in any case, into a 2-gallon bucket, usually put in about 1 ounce for your color. Now what we're doing today is we're going to go for a full color change on some of them, and we're going to go for color enhancement on the others, just to show you how they're boosted. So I'm going to put in about a ½ ounce in here. Hopefully I get that right. And once, in a lot of cases, what you can do is you can take a bottle of water and you can slightly mix it and get the color that you want. And you can pretty much tell, after you've done a few of them, you can really tell by looking at it. You can show the homeowner, you can put it on there. You have that homeowner, if you can, tell you they're happy with it. And have to sign the back of the print. But that's the best way to do it, because when the homeowner says, okay, that's what I like, and you've got that sample, now you can easily duplicate that. And the water makes it really nice. I mean, you could literally spray a whole driveway with water, and somebody could come out and say, oh man, I didn't want red, I wanted brown. And you could wash off all of that brown with water and then put red on. And you can't do that with the sealer. You know, with the sealer you got a whole nother problem. So the red is iron oxide and it's really heavy. So one thing when you are using more red, what you're going to do is you're going to shake this a lot more. So you're going to have to keep shaking this thing up. So the brown is not so bad, still shake it every once in a while. Let's go over to some of those pavers there. I'm going to put down a coat of this brown.
Hey, buddy. How you doing? Gladstone here with All About Brush Cleaning and Seal. Man, I want to congratulate you. You have a incredible product. Sealport Orca. I've been working with sealers for 19 years. I never used a Sealport sealer that has the enhancement and the gloss look that that sealer does. I'm changing everything, man. $200,000 a sealer a year. That's what we are buying. You got my business 100%. Thank you. Get back with me. I want to place a new order of the Sealport, okay? Instead of making the order with my oldest product, I want to jump to you. Take care. Talk to you later. Bye-bye now.
A lot of times, straight down, you see an area that dries real quick. Go hit it again. What that means is that it sucked up that water pretty fast. Just go back and do a little bit of a touch-up on it. So you can kind of control it. But the biggest thing is to be consistent. You've got to be consistent at this, or you will see a difference. So when you start doing it one way, no matter what, you stick with that same principle or that same way of doing it. I've actually had them where I had to go back and I had to change it up because I was running out of color one time, and so I started doing it a different way, and by the time I sealed it, you really see the difference. Good thing is the homeowners don't usually see it, but we see everything. So now I'm going to come back this way across the driveway, and I'm going to add more color into here. So what I've done here is more or less an enhance. I've added color back to the pavers. When you want to go with a really, really color change, you're going to go even a little bit stronger than what I've got here. Probably like double or triple what I've done. We can literally take these pavers and turn them black charcoal or bright red or anything like that. So, a lot of it is just a matter of adding the color. You just keep adding the color to it. Now, I'm going to go get some red real quick and put it in here, and then show you what the red does. The red and the brown. So I'll be right back. Okay.
Greg, Mike said he can't hear you.
Can't hear me?
He said you make it see.
All right, Mike. Well, turn your microphone on, Mike. You're supposed to be here.
You want me to get closer to you? So I can
All
hear
right,
you?
let's add a little bit of red. The red's a lot stronger, so be careful with the red. I'm gonna actually go for recoloring these, so I'm gonna go way more than you normally would with this. When you recolor, you'll use up to 4 of these for 5 gallons of water. 4? Yeah, and then you can add it. I'm gonna add it to the product over here and show you what it does. One thing that's important is to explain to your homeowners that it's like a canvas. It's a piece of paper. We don't know how it's going to turn out because we don't know what's on underneath it. We don't know what people treated it with. None of that. So just keep telling your homeowners this isn't like you go down and pick out a paint and find a paint and have it perfect. And just so keep prepping them with that you're going to get it as close as you can, so they don't hold you to, oh, it's supposed to be this color. So, and most people understand that.
Make sure cover the walls, right?
What's that?
Make sure you cover the walls.
Right. Yeah. When you do it with the water, it's pretty easy to clean up.
Oh, yeah.
If you do it with the sealer, it's a little harder. Okay. So this would be how you would do it if you want to recolor it.
Yeah. Needs one.
There we go. Let there be red. Ben's gonna kill me. That's pretty brutal right now. Once it dries though. But let's just say you had a tan brick and the homeowner wanted it red. Looks crazy right now, but what it's going to do is it's going to take in that color and it's going to soak it in. And then when we put our final coat over it, you're going to see what the finish looks like. Let's go over here. Yeah, any favor. We saved a couple of jobs where contractors have gotten into trouble because they put in the wrong pavers. We've actually gone in and changed the color enough to make the homeowner happy so they didn't have to rip them out. But you can see how this really
Still have people so close to the airport, you have to have it. They can tell it.
So we'll let that kind of soak in and you'll see what this does here. So again, the color is a thing that you can really add to your arsenal. And there's so many people that their pavers just, and I'll tell you, a lot of times what we'll do is we'll sell this and upsell. We'll actually sell the paver sealing job. We'll go back in, we'll say, hey, we can add some color for 50 cents a square foot. And you know, you do earn your money because you do have to be careful. The cleanup's a little bit more. So it's not a walk in the park by any means. But basically, you can add additional 50 cents, you know, to your bottom line there, which boosts it up quite a bit.
Yeah.
And so forth. So that's more part of the upsell. So this is, we're gonna let this just dry for just a minute. I'm actually gonna go mix up a little bit of the mahi with this. Now we're gonna put a light coat of the sealer over the top of the mahi, and we'll show you what that looks like.
You want me to pause it? I don't know. Can't see it. Guess not.
Okay. So I put into this the equivalent of the light brown. So in other words, this would be like a quarter. This is a quarter of one of the 5 gallon pinchers. This is about 1 ounce per 1.25. So yeah. And a lot of times when you're doing it, this is the sealer. A lot of times when you look at it, you see the color of it. So forth. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to add a little brown. I'm good at this because I have enough ratios pretty well. Okay.
What is this one called?
This is the mahi. Mahi color. like to use the color with the deep penetrator and not a film warming finish.
Greg, could you tell me about test samples for your client?
Yeah. Yeah, we went over that. Testing with clients is very important. So let's go ahead and go back over here to the red. So we're gonna go over the top of this now. That's water. We added red to it. Now we're gonna put this over the top. So this is more along the lines of the complete package. This is now brown with sealer. You're gonna see what it does to it. This is a flick coat product, so you really put it on pretty heavy. If you're doing color, at least for adding color to the sealer, I recommend the Mahi for that. All right. Let's see what that looks like. So somebody has a tan deck, they hate it, no matter what, they can't stand it, we can change the color. Now you can add black to this to get more of a burgundy also. You don't have to, you can get it a lot, this is more of a brighter red, so if you want more of a burgundy look, that's easy. Or redwood look, you add the brown to the black. I mean to the brown. The red and the brown together.
Here it is, look. You were looking for this.
Yeah.
There it is.
This is going to be a very pretty finish. I did the red with water. I'm doing the brown with sealer. Well, I put the red down as a base, and then I stuffed it into the top of the brown. You can do it the other way around. It just depends upon what you're trying to get. Yeah. You gotta get more of a brownish red finish. Well, I did red on this one, and then I did brown on this. So now what I'm getting ready to do is shoot the brown on this. So that has a lot of color that's added to it, even though you can't tell. Those are bare, yeah. Mahi is your color. So, you're going to see, once this dries out, you're going to see that we completely changed the color of these papers. It's not that hard. Again, the biggest thing is just consistency. Now, if they want more shine on top of this, you can come back with the tarpon, or you can also come back with the urethane over the top. Some of the finishes that we're getting on these older jobs, and keep looking in mind, the older pavers that are out there, are a lot better than the pavers that are being made right now. They're pumping these pavers out as quick as they can get them out. The demand is higher than it's ever been, ever. So you can go back to some of these older pavers, they're actually better pavers, and you can restore them, and they actually have a good thing going with restored like that. This process. No, actually with this process, because when you do stuff like that, you can play off. Hey buddy. How's Jeff doing? Yeah, Jeff won't do the color. You got to report back to your boss how good the color. I just had a picture video. Oh, you did? No, but so this is the color injection we put back in, and I think you guys give it a few more minutes. You're going to see this one really is something awesome. And you saw how easy it was. It's just not that hard to do. Very simple. How many colors do you use in this? Two. I use the red and the black. Well, no, I didn't put the black. I did the brown. Oh, the brown. If I did the black, I would get a darker red. Yeah. Isn't that something? But it's a technique of getting it on. People try to mix it up and spray it. I don't know, can I do this one or not?
I was always the outside guy. And sometimes how it worked for me was once I got into one, usually they got somebody else. That's how I got into one, and then I said,
So we'll do this just regular. Now this will be just brown. So this is just mahi with a little bit of brown in it. What we're doing here.
something that they
It's sucking it up. So I didn't do the, usually do a little fine coat in the back. Flood. Ben's gonna kill me for messing up his driveway.
How much you get per square foot on it?
Up to $3.
You made it hold $75 here today.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. No, but I mean, when you've got a homeowner and they're unhappy with their pavers, you know, where they change the color of their house and all of a sudden the pavers don't look good.
It's $1.50 just for the tip.
Yeah. And when you do a sample and you show it to them, they just
Oh, it's the wow factor.
and it costs like $2 a square just
Yeah.
for a brand new paver, and then you have to pay to have it installed, and then the holes hanging out too, right?
exactly. Yeah. Yeah, we'll let these dry just a little bit more, and I think you'll see that how pretty they are. And now you can go over the top of it with tarpon if you want that super high gloss finish. You take the tarpon, you put the tarpon over it, you get a super shine. Probably you could use the urethane over it too. I'm going to try that in a minute. Just putting the, I'm going to try the 1-part and the 2-part urethane. I got a shelf life going on the Orca, the 2-part over here. You know, usually around 2 hours that stuff starts to set up.
And you're done.
So yeah, we're about an hour and a half into it, so it's probably getting ready to set up a little bit. But so, all right. Any other questions? Anybody have any questions so far?
I mean, you're obviously not rolling any of those puddles out, so you can just leave them, right?
Yeah. Yeah. When you leave them, they kind of dry down in their own colors. You know, I mean, we literally. If you look at the paver protector truck, you could almost take a small roller, and almost just hit sections with it. You can almost highlight. You can actually highlight at the top. And you would think it would take a long time. It really doesn't, because you're just hitting it.
Yeah.
And the people are seeing it. Now, we've also used metallics, used micas, bronzes, all
I think I've
kinds of
seen
stuff.
one with a metallic in one of your videos.
Oh, yeah.
Really pops.
It will, yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to do an advanced color training class, too, coming up.
Black or
Probably.
something metallic you put in, I think it's
Right, the metallic. April-ish, we're going to do a advanced color. We're really doing this super high stuff, but I didn't want to do this for this particular shot. So everybody kind of looked at watch. So, I mean, that's a pretty exotic look right there. I don't know how that looks on camera, but you can see the difference in the enhancement too. Because these are kind of, they have a lot of red in it, so now we took a lot of the red out and put the brown in it, and vice versa with the other product. And all that stuff sitting on there that you're seeing, that's going to disappear. It won't stay on there.
Right.
Yeah, so we'll just let this one sit.
My question is with like mixed color with the stonefish, is it going to leave more like a matte finish instead of like just a satin?
Well, the stonefish I wouldn't use color with. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I don't think I would. I'm going to practice with it and see. You might be able to use the water with it, and then that might work. To tell you the truth, the mahi would probably give you the same result.
That's kind of what I was thinking. I just wanted to see if it would give you more like an actual matte
Yeah.
line next to it.
It really does die down to a mat. It really does. So, but I'm gonna grab some of the urethane here. right over the top. So let's go take a look at the one part here. Oh, a long time. The sealer will go away and the color will still be in there. Yeah, I have some in 5 years where you can't really see the sealer anymore. I have that. If you go back on the Facebook White Low Waste, you'll see some of that. And I'll repost some more. But
And what is you putting on?
I'm putting the urethane over the top, which could be the Travacast that you can put over for the final seal coat. Now this is the one part urethane, which is the hammerhead. That's the stuff that, yeah, in May we will have plenty. First part of May. This is an absolute game changer. Yeah.
Which product has the best wear? I mean, what's
Urethanes are always going to have a little bit better wear.
the 2-part over this?
Yeah. Well, the 2 parts will get a little bit more chemical resistant. I'm going to go get the Orca and spray it on that side.
I can see the difference between dawn brown and brown.
All right. This is the Orca. This is the 2-part. This is the best 2-part on the market. Nobody else has anything like this. Yeah, this is the high gloss finish.
What's on this one?
This is Orca here. So you have the 1-part urethane here and the 2-part urethane there. That's pretty impressive. They've got how it changed the color. And those will be some nice finishes. Well, the last thing that we're going to do is we're going to show you how many guys are doing a lot of soft washing and cleaning up houses and stuff, a lot of pool cages and so forth. Okay, we're going to show you a really neat system to clean pool cages. I have the equipment here to show you how it works. Unfortunately, it's a brand new facility and we have like no mold around. But I can at least show you how the equipment works. Yeah. Oh, really? I don't know what that is.
You can't do it small, so you gotta do the whole thing.
There's no fences, really. We cleaned the tree. So, anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get set up over there and show you the blower. And I think I put the urethane on this. But you can top coat down to the carpet. Either one of these can have.
Hey Greg, it's Jimmy. Hey, I just wanted to let you know this new stripper that you guys are using. I was kind of unsure about it, but my lord, man, this stuff is phenomenal. I mean, it's night and day difference between that and with the product we were using. I mean, this stuff is far none superior. Like, I haven't been this excited for a product in a long time. This stripper is, I can't sing its praises enough, man. You're gonna sell a shitload of this stuff. So give me a call back when you can. All right, bud. See you.